Welcome to Nostalgia Revs, revving the engines of the past, one legend at a time.
Here's something they don't tell you in the brochures. The car you're looking at was born with a V12, all-wheel drive, and space-age tech. But by the time it hit the streets, it had none of that. And no, this big cat didn't land on its feet. That twist? We'll unpack it later in the nostalgia chapter. Let's roar into the story of the misunderstood missile, the Jaguar XJ220. Unveiled at the 1988 British Motor Show, the Jaguar XJ220 stunned the crowd with its sleek body, scissor doors, and roaring promise of 220 miles per hour, hence the name. This was no casual concept. It was a full-blown Group B-inspired vision, complete with all-wheel drive, four-wheel steering, height-adjustable suspension, pure sci-fi on wheels. And with Lamborghini-style doors, it stole the spotlight from Ferrari's F40 that day. Body and chassis. Lightweight honeycomb aluminum monocoque, floating over an underbody venturi tunnel that generated 3,000 pounds of downforce at 200 miles per hour. Engine. The concept had a 6.2-liter V12 with 500 brake horsepower. The production model swapped that dream for a 3.5-liter Twin-turbo V6, a modified version of the 6R4 rally engine, with 542 brake horsepower and 475 pound-feet of torque. Drivetrain, no more all-wheel drive. The final version was rear-wheel drive, 5-speed manual, double wishbone suspension with Bilstein dampers, and ventilated AP brakes, no ABS. Fun stat, that turbo V6 didn't just shred tires, it delivered 32 miles per gallon imperial in testing. That's better than a V12 XJ6. Built by the Saturday Club, a rogue group of Jaguar engineers who worked on this in their free time, long before execs gave the green light. Only 281 units were ever produced, far fewer than the 350 initially planned. And the price? It ballooned from 290,000 pounds to over 470,000 pounds by the time customers actually received their cars. Now, here's where it gets spicy. During high-speed testing at Nardot, Jaguar quietly removed the catalytic converters, raised the rev limiter, and the XJ220 clocked 217.1 miles per hour. That made it the fastest production car in the world, until the McLaren F1 crashed the party. And yes, we've got a full episode on that beast too. Check it out on our channel. It's a wild ride. Back in the early 90s, the hype train left the station fast. About 1,400 eager buyers dropped 50,000-pound deposits for a car that hadn't even finished final development. But then came the heartbreak. The V12? Gone. The all-wheel drive? Scrapped. The early 90s recession? Brutal. Suddenly, buyers wanted out, fast. Jaguar said no, courts agreed, and values, they nosedived. By 1997, some XJ220s were changing hands for as little as 127,000 pounds, nearly a quarter of what many had paid. But oh, how the tables have turned. Today, clean examples sell between 400,000 and 650,000 pounds, depending on mileage and history. In 2021, a pristine silver XJ220 fetched $635,000 at RM Sotheby's. And in 2023, a low-mileage Le Mans Blue model sold for €630,000. From legal drama to auction drama, this cat has definitely made a comeback.
If that blew your mind, drop a like. And if you think cars like this deserve to be remembered, subscribe to Nostalgia Revs. The stories don't stop here.
Despite its blistering pace, the XJ220 was a magnet for criticism. The steering? Heavy at low speeds. First gear? So long you'd stall before hitting second in city traffic. And the turning circle? Wider than some vans. Parking this thing wasn't supercar glamour. It was manual labor. The press wasn't kind either. Autocar said it felt outmoded and lacking soul. Others questioned whether a twin-turbo V6, no matter how fast, really belonged in a car this exotic. Inside Jaguar, there was friction too. Engineers who had dreamed up the concept were reportedly frustrated watching its tech get stripped for cost and emissions. And while the final product was brilliant in many ways, it felt like a car caught between two identities, one it promised and one it could realistically deliver. Aesthetically stunning, mechanically capable, but emotionally it left some drivers cold. All right, time for the big one. Would you trade the drama of a V12 all-wheel drive dream machine for the reality of a lighter, faster twin-turbo V6? Jaguar did it in the 90s, and now everyone's doing it. Ferrari, McLaren, even AMG, downsizing, turbocharging, chasing efficiency. Drop it in the comments. Own an XJ220 today, and you're not just buying a car, you're adopting a rare breed with expensive tastes. The tires alone? Special order only. Revived by Bridgestone in 2016 just to keep these alive. Finding replacement parts, like treasure hunting with a blindfold. And maintenance? Let's just say even qualified techs are as rare as the cars themselves. Still, collectors drool over the unicorns. A handful of XJ220s were converted to GT racing spec, but good luck finding one for sale. The Sultan of Brunei commissioned bespoke versions with fixed headlights, Pininfarina bodywork, and ultra-luxe interiors, ultra-rare and virtually priceless. And for the purists, the right color, low mileage, perfect service history. Boom! You're looking at $600,000 to $700,000 territory. Garage gold? Absolutely. Just make sure you've got Jaguar Classic on speed dial. Remember that wild concept with a V12 all-wheel drive, scissor doors, and spaceship tech? Yeah, none of it made production. Emissions killed the V12. Complexity killed the all-wheel drive. Scissor doors? Gone. The electronic wizardry? Stripped. But what we got instead was still a monster. 0 to 60 in about 3.6 seconds, 200 to 12 miles per hour with catalytic converters, and 217.1 miles per hour with them removed. The XJ220 became a misunderstood masterpiece. A car that promised one thing, delivered another, and somehow made both unforgettable. Jaguar XJ220, a big cat with a wild heart, and one of the boldest bait-and-switch stories in supercar history. If this car gave you chills, you're in the right place. Subscribe to Nostalgia Revs and relive the machines that changed history. One car, one story, one legend at a time. In the next episode of Nostalgia Revs, we're thrilled to bring you a machine born from an unexpected alliance with BMW and Lamborghini, abandoned midway and resurrected with pure Bavarian pride. Please welcome a misunderstood, mid-engined, and absolutely legendary auto jewel, the BMW M1. Thanks for watching.